All right, let's get practical. Today, we're diving into how to connect AI directly to the tools you're already using every single day. We're talking about your CRM, your email, and your calendar. These are the workhorses of your business, and we're about to show you how to make them work a whole lot smarter. So let me ask you this. Think about your day. How much of it is just a grind? Manual data entry, sifting through leads, trying to find the good ones, writing the same emails over and over again. For a lot of us, these tools feel less like a helping hand and more like a full-time job. Well, today, we're going to flip that script. So here's our game plan. We're going to follow a simple crawl, walk, run framework. First, we'll crawl by building our very first AI workflow. Then we'll walk by making our communication way smarter. And finally, we'll run by connecting all the dots. And we'll wrap it all up with the most important rule of all, keeping a human in the loop. Let's do this. Okay, let's start crawling. And we're going to begin right where all your customer relationships live, inside your CRM. This is, without a doubt, the simple best place to start using AI to get some really quick wins. And this slide right here really says it all. I mean, look at the difference. On the left, that's the old way. It's slow, it's manual, somebody has to guess which leads are good. But on the right, that's a whole different world. The AI does the heavy lifting instantly, so your sales team only talks to the hottest leads. So you're probably thinking, okay, that sounds great, but how do I actually build it? Honestly, it's way easier than you think with tools like Zapier or Make. It's just a few steps. First, it triggers when a new lead fills out a form. Second, it zips that info over to an AI model like OpenAI. Third, it puts the AI score right back into your CRM, maybe HubSpot or Salesforce. And boom, step 4, if it's a hot lead, it pings your sales team on Slack. The whole thing happens in seconds. And lead scoring is really just the beginning, You can use the same kind of thinking to automatically enrich your leads with data, or segment your customers, or even summarize those super long email chains right inside the CRM. We're talking about saving your team hours and hours of work. And here's the key. Just start. If you're looking for that perfect first project, this is it. Automating lead qualification is super high impact, but pretty low risk. It doesn't have to be perfect on day one. Just get it running, see how it works, and you can make it better over time. All right, we've learned to crawl. Now it's time to get up and walk. Now that our CRM is a bit smarter, let's move on to the tools we use to actually talk to people every single day. Our email and our calendar. We've all gotten that email on the left, right? And what do? We delete it. Instantly. But the email on the right, that one gets your attention. It's relevant. An AI can scan a person's LinkedIn profile or recent news about their company and just weave that little detail into your email. It turns a totally cold outreach into a much warmer conversation. And beyond just outreach, AI can basically act like your team's personal assistant for your inbox. It can sort through support tickets and flag the urgent ones. And this is a huge one. It can draft responses for you, so your team just has to review and hit send. That cuts response times like you wouldn't believe. Now, this brings us to a super important rule. A critical rule. AI is an amazing tool for drafting, but it is not perfect. To protect your company's reputation and your customer relationships, you must always have a human review any AI-generated email before it goes out the door. Think of it as your quality control safety net. And hey, we can apply that same crawl, walk, run idea to your calendar. You can start small, right? Just have AI create little briefing docs for you before a meeting. Then you can have it automatically summarize your meeting notes and pull out the action items. And eventually, you can even have it suggest the best times to meet, taking all the headache out of scheduling. All right, now it's time to run. This is where the real magic happens. This is where we stop thinking about individual automations and start connecting everything into one beautiful, seamless workflow that just hums along. Just look at this flow. A new lead comes in. Bam, the AI qualifies it. If it's hot, bam, a meeting gets booked on the calendar. Before the meeting, a prep sheet shows up. After the meeting, a draft follow-up email is waiting. Every single step is connected. It frees up your people to do the one thing the AI can't: have a great conversation and build a relationship. And listen, this is not a theory. These are real numbers from a real sales team that did this exact thing. Their lead response time went from 2 days down to 2 hours, a 95% reduction. And their win rate on those hot leads went up by 30%. I mean, come on, those are absolutely game-changing results.
Here's another one for you. A service business was able to increase its personalized outreach by 5 times. That's 500%, just by letting an AI do the boring research and first drafts. This is the kind of insane efficiency we're talking about when you let the machines do the repetitive stuff.
Which brings us to our final and, honestly, the most important piece of the entire puzzle. To make all of this work and to do it safely, you have to follow the human-in-the-loop rule. Look, the most important thing to get is that AI is not about replacing your team. It's about making your team better. It's a force multiplier. It takes the skills and the expertise your people already have and just lets them apply it at a scale that was never, ever possible before. So how do you stay in the driver's seat? It's simple. First, start with internal stuff, where the stakes are low. Second, and I can't say this enough, build a human review step for anything a customer is going to see. Third, check in on the AI's work every now and then to make sure it's still doing a good job. Only after you really trust the system should you even think about loosening up the controls.
So when you connect AI to your CRM, your email, and your calendar, you're doing more than just adding a cool new feature. You're actually changing the DNA of how your business operates. You're making it faster, smarter, and way more effective.
So there you have it. We've gone from crawling to walking to running. You've seen the patterns, you have the roadmap. The only question left is, what are you going to build first? Thanks so much for watching.